Damn it. Hang on. Okay, I gotta back it up some. Don't fall off the table. Stay on the table. Okay, here we go. I love it. Okay. Should we wait for a few people? We should wait for a few people.
Oh my god.
Because we gotta see what they're gonna say.
I texted Justin to give me my ears.
You don't want the hat? You don't like the
It's
hat?
scratchy.
Wait for Angela and them to get on here.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. So it's
It's in the bookshelf.
she don't want the tutu hat. It's too itchy.
It itches. It's gonna fall off my head too. What's this called?
Celebrate Disneyland's 70th. Angela loves it. She doesn't want to wear it.
It's too scratchy.
It's too scratchy, she said.
I'll stick to my Scarlet Witch Disney ears.
Yeah. Just trying to pull up the comic so you can find the comments. There it is. She found it. Nice. Alright, she's gonna do her Scarlet Witch. I got my goofy hat.
I match the color aesthetic.
You do. That's awesome.
I wasn't expecting this. I didn't know she was gonna make us wear hats.
Looks like the blonde girl's from Tiana.
Why thank
Her?
you. Why thank you. With all the pink and the poof.
I like that hat.
You know what show I've been binge watching?
What?
Say Yes to the Dress.
And
there are some women who they go in and they're like, I want poof, and all I can think about is her, that character.
The pink floof.
The pink floof.
I actually, when I bought that, I also bought the bow tie. There's a bow tie that comes with it. And I wore it to the breast cancer walk years ago. I wore the tutu hat, I wore the pink bow tie, and the pink bow tie lights up and it flashes. So I couldn't turn it on.
Now, if you had given me the pink bow tie with the pink hat, I would have worn the pink bow tie and hat this whole entire time.
I gotta find the bow tie. That's the issue. It's out there somewhere. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna start this off. I was going to have it to where hey Thomas.
Hi, Thomas.
Where I was gonna have Walt do his speech that he did. So everybody knows this week is the 70th and that it is the 70th anniversary. So obviously every 10 years Disneyland does a celebration for the years of service, right? Mm-hmm. They've been up and going. July 17th, 1955 is when Disneyland opened up. So I have found one thing I was looking for when I did my research and stuff like that was the very first day of the opening. What happened the first day of the opening?
You should have gotten me the laser pointer or we wouldn't have Willow's butt.
Yeah, it's okay. And so I have my tablet over here with some information as well, and I got my notebook. And then I also have
Willow butt.
This book right here that I kind of tabbed everything. Willow butt. So let me start off by reading this. Everybody should know what this is. Like I said, I was going to do it and have it to where Walt read it, but they would say it's copyright. So his day opening speech that happened was, "To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here ages relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world." That was Walt doing it he did on live TV, I think it was on ABC for the broadcast. So Walt was very young when he decided he wanted to do this. And when we get to December, his birthday and stuff, we'll get into Walt and what encouraged him to do this. Right now, today is just about the park itself. The idea for Disneyland came to Walt as he and his daughters, Diane and Sharon, were visiting the Griffith Park in Los Angeles. While he was watching his girls play on the merry-go-round, is when he thought there should be a place for families of all ages. I'm going to stress all ages. It's not just for children, it's for the children at heart, to go and to have fun. The idea did not take off until 1954. Construction began that same year. Thank you, Willow, for your butt in that shot. It's much appreciated. There were hurdles, with financing being the biggest part. It took about 2 years before Disneyland finally secured financing. Walt was rejected by any bank that he went to. In all honesty, he was rejected by 300 banks. He went to that many banks to get a loan for something like this to happen and to take place, and it was 300 banks.
Damn.
I did find that out. It got to the point where every bank that told him no, they just started laughing. They would laugh, like literally laugh him out of the bank. What?
She has to make an appearance.
Oh,
and
yeah.
show it off.
She does.
We have laser pointers now, so I was saying if you get a laser pointer,
yeah.
she would jump off and be attracted to
She'd
a
be
laser
attracted,
pointer.
but I'm afraid she'd knock over the phone.
Yeah, you're right. She would.
She would.
She has no.
And also, his brother Roy Disney was also very skeptical about the idea. Again, it's totally separate thing, but again, I will stress for people to watch Walt Before Mickey. You will learn a little bit more. You're gonna learn more about Walt in that movie than you are like Disneyland itself. Where he was a kid, did all that stuff. So his brother did become very skeptical of him doing this. Like, yeah, right, that's not gonna happen. There's no way you can make this happen. Well, his brother he proved him wrong, because today, 70 years, it's been up and going. I do got to throw out, yesterday was the 100th anniversary, wedding anniversary of Walt and Lily.
Oh, that's cute.
Yep, July 13th, 1925. So it was their 100th anniversary. I'm like, aw, that's so sweet. By 1953, he finalized the plans and was able to secure a location. Now, what I've read, I kind of have my notes everywhere, I apologize. Where I read that they were going to be like in Burbank, but then they ended up picking Anaheim instead. Let's see, by 1954, construction was underway. Early 1953, just going back a little bit, Disney and his team selected Anaheim location to build Disneyland on 160 acres of orange grove and walnut trees. But with the walnut trees and the orange groves, if I remember correctly, I believe that they did not chop them down. They uprooted them and moved them somewhere else.
Good.
And I think some of the orange grove trees might be in the park as well. Like,
yeah.
They saved some of them.
Because I could smell the orange blossoms last time we were there.
And then there's something else that I learned. I shared this with her yesterday. There is a family. I found it in here too. I like sat here and literally went through and like just dug up things. A family, what did I say? The Dominguez family?
I think so.
That'd be a dog. Hold on. Hold on.
It feels weird not doing the talking. I'm gonna be honest. It feels weird not having like research in front of me.
Yeah, it's. I'm trying to figure out where I had it. So pretty much, what the Dominguez family asked is before Disney bought their land to start the process of building Disneyland, there's a palm tree that is over by the Jungle Cruise.
Oh yeah.
So it's the palm tree, and they said, okay, we'll do this, but you have to keep that palm tree. That palm tree has been sitting there for about 59 years. So it's still sitting there to this day, as far as I know of. So they got their land, they started processing, they started excavating, getting everything ready to go. And obviously, you have your hurdles up and down, rain, weather, all that fun jazz. Not only that, they did not have a highway to get to Disneyland, so then they had to figure all that process out. Mid-1953, Disney started to focus on securing financing, commissioning market studies, along with looking into various funding options.
The original trees got bulldozed? I just said the original trees got bulldozed.
The roots are in the what?
The
Pirates?
Roots,
the vines?
Yeah, the roots.
I can't read it when it said,
are the vines, and the roots are in Pirates. They're the vines.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so he did. I know he saved some of the trees. And I know that some of them were throughout the park. I do know that much.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to touch a walnut tree.
Yeah. And they planted orange trees to replace them, yes. So I would say shame on Walt for doing that, but again, he got what he wanted. He made his dream come true, I guess. Disney was able to get a loan. He got a loan against his life insurance policy. He also partnered with ABC to broadcast a television show in exchange for their financial backing, which was actually pretty cool because now Disney owns ABC Family, Freeform.
Wow, that's like a whole turnaround. That's like a
Yeah.
woo.
Yeah. So it's pretty much now Disney owns all of ABC and ABC Family, what's now called Freeform that used to be ABC Family. So construction began in summer 1954. Now, I have a lot of the financial aspect of this because there was a lot. Not a whole lot of information about Disneyland Park itself, but there's a ton of financial aspects. So,
because I was reading that the tickets used to be $8, right? They used to be.
They were much cheaper than that.
Yeah, I know. I think it was like in 1970 or 1960 something. It was like $8. And then if you just followed the rate of inflation in 2024, technically the ticket should only be $34. If you followed the proper adequate thing of inflation, that's. And I was like, damn, I wish tickets would be $34.
That'd be freaking great.
That'd be amazing.
So let's see. So the construction began in 1954, and the park was unveiled during a special televised press on the ABC television network on the date, July 17, 1955. There were some hiccups on that day, so let's do the little hiccups. Because I read about this, and then watching the little backstory of Walt Disney and what happened. So this man was immersed in his park.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't go home. He didn't sit. If you've ever been to Disneyland, okay, when you walk through the gates to do your tickets, there's two openings. You can go left, you can go right. Doesn't matter which way you go. That was so backwards. Left and right. Either side you go into, there's a little firehouse. Up in that firehouse, I showed it to you and my mom, there's an apartment. That's where Walt stayed the entire time of his construction. Not only that, when you look in the window, there is a light. That light never shuts off. They do not ever turn it off. Cast members have said when they've gone up to turn the light off before they just started keeping it on, they would go to leave and turn around and the light's on. They would go back up, turn it back off, come back down. Well, damn, light's back on again. So now they leave it on in remembrance of Walt Disney. So you don't turn it off. During Christmas, they put a little Christmas tree up there. So they change out the lights, right? Okay, so there was a lot that I found out that happened. So opening day, the public is my subsidy. They could have, let's see, opens up for, I think the very first day for the opening day, it was pretty much like cast members and family and friends. Then the next day had the light on when he was in the apartment. Yeah, and when he visited the park. So now it just stays on 24/7. They obviously, if the light burns out, they change it. So opening days, Dateline Disney was broadcast on ABC and became one of the most viewed television events in history. The 90-minute show was hosted by Walt's good friend Art Linkletter and Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was a president that did come in there. Also along with Bob Cummings. A beaming Walt rolled into the ceremonies at the throttle of E.P. Ripley. If you remember right, E.P. Ripley is on one of the locomotives. On one of the trains. And there's more than one train that you can ride around. The locomotive was chosen because Mr. E.P. Ripley's grandson, thank you, Willow, for the one eyeball and ear. Grandson of the 1895 president of Santa Fe was also in attendance. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to kind of skip down from all of that stuff. Originally, 15,000 tickets had been handed out to studio employees and other invited guests, but counterfeit tickets led to a crushing crowd of 28,154 people on an 87-degree day, which was one of the hottest days in July on record for Anaheim. Most of the rides broke down. The refreshment stands were running out of food and drink. By early evening... yeah, right? She gets her close-up anytime. Okay, where to go? Oh, food and drink. By early evening, the Anaheim police had assisted in 15 lost children. Okay, 15 lost kids. One guest believed that his car had been stolen until police found it right where he left it in the huge parking lot. So if you can envision it, which I know we were not all there at that time. So how it is now, the parking lots are in different various places. There's one on Disney Way. There's one behind off of Catella. And there's a few other, like 2 different ones off of Catella. Back then, the parking lots weren't like that. If you envision it and you look at it, the parking lot was literally in the front. So right where you walk under the Disneyland sign, that was parking.
Oh.
Back in the day. And that was before California Adventure. So imagine California Adventure's not there. That whole area used to be a huge parking lot. Yeah, it was a big parking lot. So people obviously lost their vehicles, apparently. And also, not only that, Disneyland used to be closed on Mondays. Yeah, it used to be closed on Mondays. I thought that I was looking into this.
That's a weird day to be closed.
Yep, exactly. None of that stuff was there. None of the hotels.
Why Monday?
I don't know. So, let's see. Where else was there? Okay. So opinions varied as to the success of the opening day ceremonies. Marvin Davis, who laid out the park, said, "I think we were pleased with the overall park plan. The way the single entrance street worked and the hub. Mind you, just going back up a little bit, they had 7 miles of traffic that was backed up on the Santa Ana freeway. 7 miles for people to be able to go to this park on opening day.
Damn.
And so, again, hence you have the police and what like that to help out with that. Let's see. The general flow of traffic was as we expected, and it worked. People saw everything we wanted them to see. Animator Frank Thomas attended as a member of the Dixieland band Firehouse 5+2. He recalled, "We were out there sinking down into the fresh asphalt hour by hour." Now let me throw this out there because it's something that I learned as well. The day before, because Walt was in a hurry, he had a deadline, closed Mondays because it was a low attendance. Okay, see, there you go. So the day before, they had just laid the asphalt. And you know, it's going to be taking a couple of days for it to dry, at least, right? Walt pretty much did not care. He wanted it to open on that day. So this is a repercussion that everybody learns. So he learned this. Women's heels. Why in the hell would you wear heels to Disneyland? Just putting it out there.
They didn't know.
They were sinking into the asphalt wearing their heels, okay? So let's see, what else was there? Oh, he said that they were sitting out there. They had just put the stuff in, I think, that morning. And this is Frank Thomas saying this. I was on a chair by the door to the Main Street Firehouse, sitting around with some of the other guys in the band. I was leaning back in the chair reading a copy of Police Gazette. After I'd been there for a while, I tried to straighten up, and the chair wouldn't straighten up. It had sunken into the street. So it literally sunk.
Yes.
And then there's also another thing. Yeah, that's true. Housewife dress code. The pearls and the heels.
It's not like today where tennis shoes are typically your norm.
Yeah. And trust me, you can wear any type of tennis shoe in that park and your feet, well, at least my feet don't hurt. I can wear whatever shoe. So there's a wall, because this is also a mess up in the park. I believe it is past, if I remember right, because you're going down Main Street and you have the shops and the food. I think it's after the Starbucks. You go around the corner where the water fountain is, there's a messed up wall. They never took it out, they just left it there. So it was like, I don't remember what they called it, but it was, because they were trying to see what it was going to look like. And because it was messed up, Walt's like, oh, just leave it. It gives it character, which the park's about character.
Yeah.
So they left it in there and they put a water fountain right there. So it's by the water fountain. Excuse me. Among the many problems that day, probably the biggest scare was a gas leak somewhere under the castle. That I didn't know either.
A gas leak?
A gas leak. Blue flames were spotted along the base of the structure near Merlin's Magic Shop. It was determined that somebody on landscape or built. I like how they're calling people out on this, okay? Because they're throwing people under the bus, is determined that somebody on landscaper Bill Evans' crew had dug up a pipe with a backhoe. At the time, Bill Martin did not know what was going on and pulled out his pipe to have a smoke. When suddenly the fire chief came running out of the castle, grabbed him by the arm, and dragged him toward the hub. So they would have had a bigger catastrophe of an explosion. At one point during the festivities, Fess Parker and Bobby Ebsen went up to Walt's apartment above the fire station to have a drink. Walt was beginning to relax, changed into a sports shirt and one of his signature hats, and stood out front chatting with guests. Parker noted, "There was a way that people look when they have reached a certain goal. Walt was in that kind of elevated state on that day. He'd accomplished his dream to have a park where all ages.
See, she's getting into that. I'm just going to tell you, she's getting into that because we've seen quite a few people say Disney is just for children.
It's not. It's for all ages.
It's not.
It is for
and
child
it's
at
weird
heart.
that if adults go to Disney, I say you have no imagination.
Exactly. And
I say the soul's been sucked out of you.
Yes.
I'm just gonna.
Now there is a quote that
I'm not gonna say
I will
nothing,
say at
but-
the end of our podcast, and I'm going to save it till then because it is my favorite saying and I really like it. So I'm going to wait. So animator Ollie Johnston was there and remembered it being stuck in one of the infamous cattle cars. He said kids were crying and suffocating, and I was about to quit the studio at that point. Anaheim City Administrator Keith Murdoch said, "It was such a mess, I went home and watched it on television." So Sunday was just not, they were just, it was not a great day, okay? The opening day press was not very kind. In the halls of Disney, the day would become known as Black Sunday.
Oh, God.
Headlines such as Disneyland keeps local police busy and Walt's dream a nightmare did not make a good first impression. As stated in the annual Leases report, editorial comment on Disneyland's opening was in many cases sharply critical and contrasted unfavorably with the publicity which appeared prior to July 18th. Again, July 18th, everybody else could come in. Which, if you think about it, that's what they do now. So all the events that they have going on and special things like that, if you're a magic key holder, which a lot of people in California are going to have that because they live there. If we lived there, we'd have one, you know, and that's where you don't have to pay for your ticket. Now you have a ticket and go as much as you want. But each tier is different, okay? You have blackout dates for some. The highest one, I think, has no blackout dates, but the further down you go into the tier, you do have blackout dates. Some of the Disney adults worry me and their sanity, but as long as no one is hurt, I will smile and keep moving, laugh out loud. My cousin and my best friend are holders. Okay, I love Disney. I do. And for me, it is my happy place. It is one of those places I can go there and not have a worry in the world. It's just, you walk out of the Disneyland. I have to tell you this. One time, John and I went, and we were complaining about the kids. We were literally walking down South Harbor Boulevard, you know, da-da-da-da, did this, and da-da-da-da, did that. And then all of a sudden, we get under the sign, the Disneyland sign, and I look at him, I go, what are we talking about? We literally, it's just your whole demeanor changes because you hit the Disneyland sign and you're all like, what were we just saying? It's like, it's not that it wipes your memory, but it kind of wipes away the stress and the worry from the outside world. And that's how I feel about Disney. Trying to explain it to Abigail when we took her last year and my mom, I can't explain it to her. You have to go yourself and understand. You can call me a Disney adult. I don't give a rat's patoot. I'll wear a shirt. But it's hard to explain it to people unless you yourself, like seeing the joy on her face. Yes, I know she was in an electric cart because her knees were hurting from the day before.
Yeah.
But still to see her smile, I was literally tearing up because that's what I want when I take people to Disney, is for them to understand, okay, now I love Disney too. It's a happy place and good memories.
See, I get it with like the Disney adults that are like
Sure, I
pushing
did,
children out of the way so that they can get like first dubs.
Mhm.
Where they're like, oh no, I'm going to spend 20, 30 minutes talking to a cast member. But there's like a line of children wanting to talk to the cast member. I kind of get the like, okay.
That right there to me, that's a little overboard because that part, let the kid go first.
Yeah, let the kid
You
go
know,
first.
When we used to do Star Wars
We
things,
can stand longer.
yeah, when we did Star Wars stuff with the 501st and Mos Eisley up in Phoenix, people would push to get to Chewbacca, and I was like, okay, that's enough. I'm put my foot down and I said, stop. I'm like, if you have a small child come up here, you will be first. People are like, well, that's not fair. I don't care what you think.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to push children out of the way. That's not fair. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Then you can get up there. So yes, there are adults that, mine is Belle, and obviously this is my man, Goofy. I love Goofy. He's just a total idiot. I get a kick out of it. But again, trying to go back and explain Disney to people, you can't. Everybody has a different feeling.
And like the reason we're talking about like that guy who was like, because it was a gentleman, it was on TV, and he was talking about like Disney adults shouldn't exist. If you go there, you're weird because you're looking at kids. And I was like, excuse me.
Oh, throw in the other half.
That's
the other part. What he said.
If you go to Disney as an adult,
laugh out loud.
if you go to Disney as an adult, you should go to Alligator Alcatraz. Now, I'm going to keep my mouth shut on Alligator Alcatraz because I got some words to say.
That might be another podcast.
But that tells on yourself, really.
Yeah, it kind of puts you
You're
in
going
that.
there to enjoy yourself.
Yep. And some people do get enjoyment. My mom, when she went with us, she was not big on the coasters, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
She did get on like pirates. She didn't like the fact that she got wet, so me and Abigail sat in the front the next time.
Yeah.
We got wet.
I'm a thrill seeker, so I love the roller coasters. Like, she wouldn't get on Tower of Terror.
I won't. I will not. Oh, do not get me started on the Evil Queen, Angela. Do not.
Yeah, she loves the Evil Queen.
She is the best. And I will continue with everything else too, but I also want Abigail to, because this is about Disneyland, I also want you to explain your experience yourself. Not just by me talking of what I seen from you. The look on their face though, when we went further and past Big Thunder Railroad, I hear this, there's more. I'm like, sweetheart, we're on over 500 acres.
I had never been to Disney. This was the first time I had gone to Disney. I really hadn't gone, and so I was having a really bad pain day when it came to my knees, so I couldn't really walk, so I had to get an electric scooter. And I don't like using electric scooters. You can ask her.
Yeah.
Even to use a cane, you gotta like force me. I gotta be
She was kind of panicking the time that we were in there because she was like, everybody's staring at me. It's like, sweetheart, no. They're in Disneyland. They don't care that you're in a scooter. They're probably concerned of why you're young and you're in one. They don't care. What they care about is the fact, mostly the cast members care about you having the fun. Now, when she went to go get the scooter, one thing we did learn that we did not know.
Yeah.
It was hers for the whole entire day because we did take a break.
Yeah, like you could put it on hold if you needed to like leave the park for whatever reason and then come back and get it. And I think it was, you put it on hold, you rent it out for $80 and the $20 is if you don't return it. Because I guess people will rent the scooters and then just leave them everywhere around the park. And so it's $20 if they don't return it. It's a deposit fee. So at the end of the time period, you get $20 back. But
what would you say? Again, I'll get back to this. We just like went off on a tangent. Like the rest of it's pretty much about the prices, and everything like that, and the cost. And we will definitely get into that. And there's some little tidbit stuff too. So your whole overall experience. What was it like for you just being able to do something like that for yourself. Like, was it something you've always wanted to do? Is it something that you were like, I don't know? I mean, I'm like...
When I was a kid, I had always wanted to go to Disney. I was always told it was too expensive, we can't afford it. So I'm going to be honest. I thought tickets when I was a child was like $1,000 per person. I was raised that Disney was so expensive, we could never go. It's only for like those who like save years and years and years to go. And we were never going to go.
Don't feel bad, because it was the same way for me.
Yeah.
It was the same way, because we always watched The Wonderful World of Disney, and I'm like, oh, I want to go. We lived in Oklahoma. My dad was the only one working, so we couldn't afford to do that. But again, I don't know what the prices were for the tickets.
I didn't know what the prices for the tickets were, but I was seeing like all my friends were going. My kids. Yeah, it was me going when I went, and like we go through, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And it was during Halloween time, so you see Oogie Boogie on top, and you see the Halloween Mickey and Minnie on top. I was like, oh, this is cool, because Halloween's my favorite season. And we went, I think it was like the endish of September, so I was like, oh, they're getting ready for Halloween, that's super cool. And then we went through Disneyland, and we're just going down Main Street, and I see the castle, and I was like, okay. Because I was never a Disney person. I wasn't really raised on Disney movies. I would watch them once or twice, but it was never like this was my childhood. The movie I went to sleep in, and the movie that put me to sleep the most, and that I had to watch on repeat, was Jurassic Park trilogy. My parents would have to put on the Jurassic Park trilogy to get me to watch TV and relax. So I was never the Disney kind of kid. I was nor the princess kind of kid. I was always I want to watch dinosaurs.
I want to watch dinosaurs, Mom.
I want to watch the dinosaurs eat people. Like, I think my favorite episode, like movie in the trilogy, was the second one, for the specific scene of where they're in the little hammock up atop in the trees, and they're watching the dinosaurs go out and walk underneath. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. That was my favorite thing. But I was never like a Disney person. And as I got older, I like loved Marvel. Like Marvel like is huge for me. Any superhero thing really is huge for me. But going in and then like seeing just how big it is was amazing. Not only that, but I was super worried about wait lines, and I was worried about them being like, oh, are you sure you can get onto this ride? Are you actually not able to walk? And the cast members were super nice. Like, there was Thunder Road. We went up to one of them, and she
Big Thunder Railroad.
Big Thunder Railroad. It was near the end of the night. We hadn't gone yet. I was on the scooter. We came up to them, and Michelle was like, hey, she can't really walk.
Like, yeah, we couldn't.
She can't go upstairs. She can't go upstairs because her knees will either buckle, or she'll go down, or she'll be in a lot of pain. And they were like, oh yeah, you can go through the side exit, and we'll get you on through that way. And I was like,
yeah, we got to go through the exit.
You don't need paperwork.
No, they don't need paperwork. But what they did tell us while we were there, though, is they asked about a fast pass type thing. Like, did we do like where we did like a fast pass? I was like, oh no. Because I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And I didn't, and so what they told us is they showed us how to do it. Well, we rode that 3 times.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
We rode it 3 times. But we did a lot of rides. There was, I guess, some that she liked, some that she didn't like. Her and I got on Incredicoaster.
Which one didn't I like? I loved all the rides.
Which one? No.
Oh,
you panicked. You panicked.
I don't like the Toad one.
So me and my mom were in the front car,
and me and Justin
and her in the back. Okay. Oh my Lord!
Heads up, I'm terrified of clowns. So absolutely terrified.
Yeah. So we start going, and I look, and I was like, "Oh shit!" My mom's like, "What?" And I turn around, and this is Abigail. Like, I don't like this. I don't like this. And I'm like, "Oh, I felt so bad. I felt so bad." Oh my God. Pinocchio. It was the Pinocchio one. That's what it was.
No, it wasn't Pinocchio. It was the Toad one.
Is it? Yeah, but didn't it have Pinocchio? Because there was a judge. Oh no, you're right.
It was the Toad one.
It was
the one
Toad.
that TikTok makes fun of. That like they come around the corner, go through the things, and then like pretending to be dead. At the end of that ride, I was like,
and then she's all, "Why is it so hot?" And I'm like, "Cause there's a scene in there that it was like hell." And so
why are we putting kids in this?
And that was her the whole time. She's like, "We're not doing that again." I'm like, "That's all right. We only got to do it once. It's okay. It's okay."
I was like, I just saw the clowns and I was like holding on to dear life, and Justin was laughing at me.
Not the only one. I was looking back because I feel so bad. We need to get her a Dole Whip. After the we never get her something. We need to get her something.
We did not give me a Dole Whip.
No. Wait, because wasn't it closed?
I think so.
It had closed that day.
But no, I found it to be that the only ride I don't like is the Toad one because of the clowns. But every ride I loved. I went on,
we did Pirates a lot.
We didn't do Pirates a lot. You know which one we did also? I did that I really loved was the Tower of Terror, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
By herself or we
I did it by myself because Justin, her, and
we didn't get to do those because it wasn't open. So
they were under remodel.
When they go in a couple months in September.
We're going.
When they go in September, I told her, like, you gotta do Tiki Room. You have to do Tiki. Is that song at first I thought was going to annoy me, but I really love that song. And so while I'm at work, I play Disney music, and you'll know if I'm listening to the Tiki Room because I will sit there and sing it out loud. So they're going back and they're gonna do that.
Except this time Justin gets, so I don't listen to Disney music, so Justin gets, what was it? He was like, there was an agreement made that as soon as they reached Anaheim, then Michelle could start playing Disney music.
And then I totally forgot. And so then I played the one song.
And he lost it.
What?
He lost it. He was so mad. He was like, we're not in Anaheim yet.
Yeah, he did. And I sit there and I'm like, "Oh, we can play it now, right?" And he's like, "No, not yet." I'm like, "Fine." And then we get there, he goes, "Are you going to do it?" I'm like, "Do what?" Because I totally forgot about it. And then I was like, "All right, I got the perfect song." And I played Tiana's Almost There.
Yeah.
So I'm all in the backseat doing this shit. And up here. And see, what, baby? Come on. And the funny part is to see John doesn't get a choice. We go to Disneyland.
I'm half tempted to start doing the exact same thing.
Just Disney music from here until we get there. And I have so many hours of Disney music that John has to live through it. So, yeah. So, warning my family, if we go, just be warned. I'll wear headphones, I promise.
Everywhere.
Yes. Yes. Because you have to do what? Come here. Come here, Mama. It's Mulan. Come on, get up here. Oh, come here, baby. Come on. No, get up here. Up here. Yeah, she did Tower of Terror by herself, but
I love that one.
We did the Incredicoaster. I can only usually do that once.
I
can't do it a second time. Do it at night. It'd be fun. I don't know if Justin will do it though.
Justin won't do it at night. He promised me he would do the Incredicoaster at least once.
Hi, baby. Hi, sorry that we're doing this right now. Okay, so she was talking about tickets and how much tickets are. So obviously July 17th, 1955, it opened. And there were some hiccups. But after that, it got a little smoother. You know, they were able to continue on. Like I said, Walt got denied by 300 banks. They pretty much laughed him out. Where was I at on this one? Okay, opening day press, I said they weren't very kind. In the first 2 weeks, most of the complaints centered on the incomplete exhibits and rides, temporary lack of public facilities due to construction schedule, and commercialism. So one thing that I found out that I heard was that they had to pick. I think it was one of those that they pick drink, like water fountain, or bathroom. So what they did is I think they did bathroom with the carts. So when you go into Disneyland, you see the carts, right? I learned something that I was watching something, and I learned it off of YouTube. Somebody said that you will not find a popcorn cart in Adventureland. So if you think about it,
I'm trying to think, and you're not wrong.
There is no cart at all.
The only time I saw selling popcorn it wasn't
outside
a stand.
Adventureland, yeah.
it was the Cars World where it wasn't a stand. It was instead set up like a little shop.
Yeah, so there's literally no cart, no popcorn cart, or no food churro cart, no nothing in Adventureland. Because they didn't want to take from the aesthetic of the land itself. So, I was like, that I didn't know because I never really paid attention. I just wanted to get to Pirates. That was my main concern. Let's see, the public grand opening was the following day, July 18th. So everybody could come in. Guests began to arrive the night before. And a 2-mile long line of cars on Catello waited to park at dawn. The gates opened at 10 a.m. and more than 50,000 walked through the turnstiles. Throughout the first summer, the park was open 6 days a week and closed on Mondays. What did I say?
There's no popcorn.
Yeah, that's right. So pretty much when you're right there, I mean, the only food that they have is like where the bazaar store is. There is like a little food area there. And then there's like some like little stands that are in buckets that have like pineapple and drinks and stuff like that. Which, by the way, anybody would like to know, you can take food into the park, but it does have to be like in a clear container, something to where they can see it. You can like take glass containers, throwing that out there. You can take strollers, but it has to be a certain size.
Also, if you're bringing medication in, it has to be in a bottle.
It has to be in the bottle that was in you.
Yes. So like my ibuprofen, which is my ibuprofen, I wouldn't be able to like take it in like a baggie or something like that. I would have to take it in my big ibuprofen bottle.
Yes, you have to take it in the bottle.
I gotta take the big bottle.
Your best bet is to buy a clear backpack, because then you can put it in there, which we have a clear backpack, each of us do, to where you can put things like that in there. Because all they'll do is look at it, and then they'll pass you through. Let's see, okay, so it was closed on Mondays. A general ticket, here comes the financing part of it, kind of. A general ticket admission at that time cost $1 for adults and 50 cents for children. Ride tickets were purchased at a ticket booth near each attraction, and the cost ranged, ready for this? 10 cents to 50 cents. Even with a disastrous start, only 52 days later on September 8, 1955, 5-year-old Elsa Bertha Marquez became the 1 millionth guest. So 52 days later of the park being open, they hit their 1 millionth guest.
I did get the small. I think they get the smaller bottles. They gave me the bottles the ibuprofen comes in because I have a 90-day supply, a 90 pills in each bottle. So they gave me the big tall bottle. I think they didn't have any of the big tall bottles when I got the prescription filled last time, because it gave me a bunch of the small bottles and it's like the actual pharmacy uses.
Yep. So at least you have the label on it.
And so I have the label. It's like all
Yep.
fancy and has a picture of it and everything too.
To overcome the press's initial skepticism, Walt began a campaign of reaching out and inviting them to return with their families for private tours. The reporters got a chance to see the park as Walt intended, without all the fuss caused by the television broadcast. The program worked. Disneyland was now a hit. So, talking about cost. So, obviously he was rejected by 300 banks. ABC, Paramount, later just ABC, provided a good portion of the initial funding, which included equity, bonds, and loan guarantees. There was an agreement as long as Disney produced TV shows for the network, which included Disneyland and the Mickey Mouse Club. So if anybody ever watched it, The Wonderful World of Disney, that was one thing that they came out with. Again, that's what we watched as kids. So every Saturday, popcorn in front of the TV, The Jungle Book would be on. You know, they would do different movies. Now you watch Freeform and the whole thing is like all Disney movies. And they do it every year during the summer. Mm-hmm. And then now also on Freeform, they have the Halloween specials, and then they have the Christmas movies on Freeform. So loans, Disney secured loans from banks with ABC Paramount backing some of them. He did take out a loan on his life insurance to supplement other funding. So that was beknownst to me of him taking money from his own life insurance to make sure that he had the proper funding to do this.
Which is actually super common back then.
Yeah.
The amount of people who would pull loans off of their life insurance Super high. Bad thing. It no longer is really a thing. Because people would abuse the system.
Pretty much.
By committing crimes.
He did get some small investors to partially fund. Didn't say who he got. Western Printing and Lithographing. Excuse me. A longtime Disney partner. They invested in the park in exchange for bonds and a guaranteed loan. Personal investments. Disney also used his own savings and sold property to contribute to the project. Even though he was rejected 300 times, he did not give up. He believed in his dream and wanted to see it come true. Hence it did. The initial cost in 1955 was $17 million.
Okay.
1955 ticket prices: $1 for adults, 50 cents for children. Rides for the attractions had separate fees ranging from, it says 10 cents to 50 cents in the book.
We did not do the character breakfast because I think that's quite a bit extra to do the character breakfast.
Yeah, because one of the hotels, the Grand Californian, which is my favorite hotel, they have the character breakfast that you can do. And you can also do it at the Jolly Holiday, where it's either the Jolly Holiday or the one across the park from it, where you can do a character thing, where it has like Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and Eeyore come in and do that. Angela says it's worth it. Let's see. So, okay, yeah, so did that one. It built on 160 acres of former orange groves. It would be approximately today 157.2 million today. As of December 2021, it had 757 million visitors. What? What is that?
Around the house.
What is that?
It's a fucking milk bone.
Is John putting them in the pockets to give to the dog?
Oh, I bet you that's what's happening is he's giving it to the customers because we give them milk bones.
Justin was like, why is there a milk bone on the floor?
Oops. In 2023, the park saw 17.25 million visitors. So that's a lot of visitors. Now we're going to the tablet. I have so many things in front of me right now. It's hard to. I don't do what Abigail does. I'm all over the place. That's how I function.
Type it up. I sit there for hours and I just can ask her. One time she found me. I was sitting on the bed. Funny. I was sitting on the bed and I needed to finish typing something, and I had flipped my laundry basket. So the bottom was up, and I was sat there, and I typed on the top of my laundry basket so I could watch TV while I...
She did do that.
Innovation.
So since the opening day of Disneyland, it has undergone many expansions and major... We're speaking French. Major. Justin's face. Priceless. I can't see it. I have my glasses off. So they have undergone many expansions and major renovations, including the addition of New Orleans Square in 1966. Bear Country in 1972, known as Bayou Country now, because they had taken Bear Country and turned it into Bayou Country for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which none of us have done.
I want to do it so badly. Apparently, you need to bring an extra pair of shoes that are waterproof so that your socks don't get sopping wet and your shoes get sopping wet.
Take shoes if you're going to get on Bayou the Tiana.
Yeah, bring your Crocs.
Bring your Crocs and a plastic bag so you can put your Crocs in it. You too will appreciate my tutoring. Yes,
I know, Frito. That sounds good. You know what I want to make? I want to make a giant mashed potato pile, and then put dino nuggets all over it, and then just put gravy.
You gotta put
broccoli.
But I was gonna say, you gotta broccoli for trees.
Yeah.
And the gravy could be the
lava.
The lava.
I'm melting. Ah.
Okay. Mickey's Toontown was built in 1993. Star Wars Galaxy's
That was built in 1993?
That's what it says. Mickey's Toontown in 1993. And Star Wars Galaxy's Edge 2019. Let me tell you, I am not a giant Star Wars fan. I love Galaxy's
I
Edge.
wouldn't say I'm a casual fan. I would say I'm a little bit more than a casual fan. That was super fun.
Getting a Ronto wrap. I'm gonna be Homer.
Also, I'm just gonna. Have you ever heard of
So yummy.
talking about casual fan? Have you heard the drama that happened with My Chemical Romance?
No.
So apparently, My Chemical Romance is doing a reunion tour, right?
Mhm.
And you know how My Chemical Romance is like very like ever since their creation, it's been super political. Like the Black Parade, they wear military uniforms and all that other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, this casual fan bought a ticket to go to the My Chemical Romance concert, and they did something. And this is how I know people know she's a casual fan. Is she was wearing cowboy boots to a My Chemical Romance concert, which is like a no. You don't do that. But like they started being very political in how they were. Yeah, exactly. They're punk, duh. And they started doing political talks inside their concert, like they always do, because they make it a show. Also, Gerard Way is an art student. You expect him to do art student things. And he did an art student thing, and this person's like, oh my god, like, why would they do that? And that's so, like, I'm a casual fan. I was like, first of all,
No such thing as a casual fan, sweet cheeks.
you could have given your ticket to a non-casual fan who would have been very happy to stay and not leave halfway during the concert.
Yeah, you could have. Duh.
Exactly, duh.
As she's saying, duh. So, already talked about, additionally, Disney California Adventure Park opened in 2001. On the
Was
site,
it after September 1st?
it was, I don't remember, shit.
September 11th, I mean. Because I feel like that would be a real
No,
downbringer.
I think it was, that was during the summer. Well, we'll find out.
Okay, I was just going to say, because that would be a real downbringer to open up a theme park after 9/11.
To close the history tab here. Okay, oh, that's the park layout. That's for, but where they did build DCA, or Disney California Adventure, is where the parking lot was for Disneyland. So they took that part over. There are 9 themed lands.
Michelle, we are
What?
frozen.
What happened?
Michelle, we're frozen.
Why did we freeze? What the happened?
I don't know if you can see us move or you can hear us talk.
What the happened?
But our video is frozen on my thing.
February 8th is when it
okay.
opened. We are stuck. We are literally stuck. It has me like this.
And it has me doing a weird ham.
I think it's upset that I'm drinking sugar-free soda.
Oh my god, baby. It's
So-
only a monster drink sugar-free.
Oh, you know, I'm a monster then.
Wow.
Disneyland Park consists of 9 themed lands and a number of concealed backstage areas and occupies over 100 acres.
Okay.
The park opened with Main Street USA, Adventureland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, and Tomorrowland. To give a little back history of the Powerline song. I love that song. So, to give a little back history of Main Street USA, it actually is based around Marceline, Missouri, where Walt lived. So he built Main Street USA is part of his childhood of him living in Missouri and Marceline, which is hilarious because we were in Branson, Missouri. And I told John, I'm like, next time we go, I want to go to Marceline. I would love to go check it out because there's a house that he lived there and it's literally a museum. So I would love to go see that house.
Also, I have a question. What is your take on Walt Disney being autistic?
That explains a lot. That explains a lot. Because I gotta tell you, when you he's scared of mice. Okay, he does not like mice. He loves trains. He actually asked his wife Lillian, if he could build a train in their backyard, and she said no. He wanted a life-size train in the backyard. So he did get to do a train in the backyard, but it was like a little bitty one, like for kids. But he rode that.
And he apparently he would make people ride it to get into his house. They would have to ride the train to get into his house.
Yep. So I'm going to show you the picture of the park layout. Well, that just looks horrible. I'm gonna blow it up here. What the fuck is that? Oh well. Okay. So literally this is the layout of the park. It's Disney layout, Main Street USA, Adventureland, which is in orange, New Orleans Square, which is yellow, Frontierland, which is green, Star Wars Ed, which is red, and the Fantasyland is magenta, and Tomorrowland is blue. So this is the layout for the park. You can see the colors there. So that's what it looks like. And then, okay, we did those, right? Holiday Land opened to the public with a 9-acre recreation area, including a circus, baseball diamond, and was closed in late 1961, so it didn't do that well. Throughout the park are hidden Mickeys. Did you know about the hidden Mickeys?
I knew about the hidden Mickeys.
I knew about the hidden Mickeys. It's hard to freaking find them when it is on freaking Indiana Jones because I can't find a damn thing. And I keep looking, but I can't find it. Representations of Mickey Mouse heads inserted subtly into the design of attractions. And there we are, we're moving again.
Apparently
and
we paused
environmental
ourselves.
Oh, did we? Decor. An elevated berm supports the 3-foot narrow gauge Disneyland Railroad. So there's like a Disneyland Railroad that will take you around the whole entire park. You also have the monorail, which is fun. We didn't get to do the monorail. But that's fun, and that takes you literally through the park, downtown Disney. Not really to California Adventure, but it kind of takes you downtown Disney and all that stuff, so you don't get to go through. It takes you to the backside. Main Street USA was a Midwestern town in the early 20th century.
Look at the baby.
Well, hi, baby. Hi, Peanut. Oh, thank you for biting me. You're such a joy to be around. Main Street USA had a train station, town square, movie theater, city hall, firehouse with a steam-powered pump engine, emporium, shops, arcades, double-decker bus, horse-drawn streetcar, and jitneys. What the hell is jitney? It says jitneys.
Yeah, jitney.
The second story of the firehouse is where Walt Disney had his personal apartment, where it still exists to this day. Off limits to the public. You used to be able to go up in there. Now you cannot go up in there because they took the staircase down. I will say this. Is it Thursday? The 17th? They are doing a show now that is going to be intertwined with the thing with what's his name? Abraham Lincoln. The Great Moments with Abraham Lincoln. They're also having a show of Walt Disney. And okay, so I seen a little bit of it. Sorry, Disney, but it doesn't look like Walt. I'm sorry. Because it's an animatronic, so I get that. But it just the face, maybe they're trying to do the older version of Walt. But for me, it didn't look like Walt. But I haven't seen it in person because they're not having it. You can't get into it, and it's only done by queue. So you have to be on your phone by 7 a.m. to be able to get in that way. So I'm not going to say totally negative of anything about it. It just when I seen it in the video, it didn't look like him. I'll see it in person and then give my thoughts on it then. So it didn't look like him to me. It is also the home to the Disney Gallery, Opera House, showcases great moments with Mr. Lincoln, the humor.
Lick.
Lincoln, say that by Chinese fast.
Lincoln.
I was being sarcastic. Dork. Then you also have Sleeping Beauty's castle. And the partner statue. If anybody's ever seen the partner statue, it's where Walt is pointing.
Oh yeah,
with Mickey, holding the hand of Mickey, which I love that statue. Let's see what else is there? The design of Main Street USA uses the technique of forced perspective to create an illusion of height. So buildings along Main Street are built at 3/4 scale of the first level, then 5/8 on the second story, and then a half a scale on the third, reducing the scale by 1/8 each level up. So when you look at the castle, same thing. When you look at it, it looks big. It literally, that's how they did the illusion. If you go onto Disney Plus and you look up behind the attractions and watch that, they tell you how they do it. So it's actually really cool that each castle and all the Disneylands that they have in the parks, the scale, they just made it look like it's huge. What? Hey, you can't, it's your fault. You can't get down. Not my fault. Frontierland recreates setting of pioneer days along the American frontier. You have, so I'm just going to go through here. Frontierland, you have Big Thunder Railroad, you have Mark Twain Riverboat, which that's closing over in Florida. Sailing
Yeah,
ship
apparently
Columbia.
everyone's going to Tom Sawyer's Island.
Yeah, well, the other day was the last day to do Rivers of America over in Florida because they are closing that part down. They've already shut it down and they're going to drain it. And that's going to become Piston Peak for cars.
Okay.
Pirate's Lair on Tom Sawyer Island. The Nighttime Phantasmic Show, which if you've never seen the Phantasmic Show, great, see it. It has Maleficent as a dragon, which is awesome. They also have the Golden Horseshoe Saloon.
Yeah, she can talk today.
I can. I'm so good. An Old West style show place palace where you can get your food. They have chicken nuggets, corn dogs, things like that.
I think she's realizing her mistake.
Yeah, that's your fault. Get down there, Gunther. On October 31st, 2007, author Ray Bradbury entered into presentation of a Halloween tree in Frontierland to be included as part of its annual park-wide Halloween decorations every year. So there is a tree outside there, so you'll have to find it, but it's right across from the Mexican restaurant. And it has little pumpkins and stuff on it. Look, everybody, Tataru's butt. Fantasyland has dark rides, including Snow White's Enchanted Wish, Peter Pan's Flight, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Pinocchio's Daring Journey, and Alice in Wonderland. It also includes King Arthur Carousel, Mad Tea Party, Storybook Land Canal, boats, God. It's a Small World.
Boats.
Not my favorite ride, but I learned something, and this is a little weird and creepy, even though we have not hit our creepy month. Somebody says if you get on that ride and you yell on that ride when you're on It's a Small World, the dolls turn and look at you. I don't know how true that is. So
I don't want to do that.
So if somebody wants to do it and then get back to me on this in the comments,
No.
please tell me. Because that means I am not going to look at them dolls ever again.
I wonder if it's like an audio thing, like they're audio trained or
I
something
don't know,
like
but
that.
if they come off of that damn thing, I'm done. I'm getting out of that boat and I'm swimming out. Because no, I don't like that.
Will we swinging a baseball bat?
That too. Their heads are flying off. Features and then you got the Sleeping Beauty Castle. You have a walkthrough telling the story of Disney's animation 1959 film Sleeping Beauty. Tomorrowland. It's a retro future theme reminiscent of the illustrations. Space Mountain, Star Wars Launch Bay, Autotopia. Autotopia is very cute. They used to give us little paper licenses. Now they don't do it no more. John and I kept ours. Disneyland Monorail, Astro Orbiter, Buzz Lightyear, Astro Blasters, Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. Star Tours, The Adventures Continue, which that changed because it used to be Star Tours, just Star Tours, and that was it. Now it's Star Tours, The Adventure Continues, because the Mandalorian Grogu movie, which is next year, I believe, that's going to be added in on the ride, but next year. New Orleans Square, it's a 19th century. It has Pirates of the Caribbean, a Haunted Mansion. They also is the home of Private Club 33. That's for the high elite. You pay more. And it also has Tiana's Palace, which is the place that we ate. And my mouth was burning from the jambalaya because it was good. But
I had
hot.
the shrimp and grits. The shrimp and grits is really good.
What I should have gotten. Bayou Country used to be originally called Bear Country. It was renamed Critter Country in 1988, and in 2024 it was renamed Bayou Country. Formerly, the area was home to an Indian village where indigenous tribes people demonstrated their dances and other customs. Bayou Country's main attraction is the log flume ride, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Other attractions may include the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh and Davy Crockett Explorer canoes. Mickey's Toontown. Fictional Toontown from 1988. Touchstone Pictures, who playing Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit, dang. And then I also have, Toontown also features 3 rides, Chippendale's Gadget Coaster, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is very
super
cute.
fun.
And we did it how many times?
I think we did it 3 times.
Yeah, that one was fun. We got stuck once. And that's because Daisy did not want to dance.
And Daisy kind of got stuck like this, and it was so
and her
funny.
eyes were closed.
And she was just, we were like,
We're waiting on the dance, and then all of a sudden, when we weren't expecting it,
it's
then we
just
all
like
moved.
jerked.
Roger Rabbit's cartoon. Spin, Mickey's House and Me. What?
Back.
What?
Gotta run to
Oh,
Walmart.
okay. Everything good? Okay. Mickey's House and Meet Mickey. So with Mickey's, when you do the meet and greet with Mickey, you actually go through his house and it takes you further back. Minnie, hers is pretty much out front or by her little tea table. You have Goofy's How to Play Yard and Donald's Duck Pond, which doesn't really work. For what reason, we don't know. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is set within the Star Wars universe. You literally feel like you're in another universe when you go through that.
You do.
Okay. Food is great. I don't eat pork, but those, the Ronto wraps, I could at least eat 3. They're so good.
The food's good. The coffee's good.
They have, so you feel like you're on the Remote Frontier Plan 2 of Batuu. Attractions include Millennium Falcon and Smuggler's Run. If you're going to do that ride, I'm just throwing this out there. Get on there with fun people that are going to have fun. Because John and I did it, and we were trying to root on the people that we were riding with. Nothing. They did not have fun. Get on people who are going, get with a group that's going to have fun, okay? Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, hands down, love it.
Love the ride. I do.
Yes, that was fun. Scared the crap out of my mom because I did tell her to hang on to the pole, don't let go, and she let go, and then we dropped. And you hear this, "Ah!" And we were cracking up because I told her, I told her to hang on. She had let go of the bar at the time because it does do like a little 3D thing, and it's just a drop. But you're not really dropping.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
It's just everything around you tells you you're dropping, but you're not actually dropping.
Yeah, it's a simulation, pretty much. Okay, so now operations.
It's not like the Tower of Terror where you literally see the...
I don't know. I wasn't looking when I got it the last time. Oh,
Oh,
wait,
it's
the
so
one and only
pretty.
time.
It's so pretty seeing it, and then you just...
Yeah.
Also,
You
my
just go
favorite
for it.
thing is the glam bot with the haunted, the Tower of Terror. My favorite thing that's happening right now is people will take like the
that's
last
right.
couple of
Okay.
minutes where they're like up in the sky and it's open and where they're taking a picture, and people are like tossing their hair back or like
some will act like they're
modeling, posing,
Or some will act like they're dead.
and then it'll like take
Oh.
the photo.
And that's the ride that has the article of the
Oh,
Trunk
yes.
Murderess, which we already said this, but the Trunk Murderess article is in that ride.
Yeah.
You have to, I don't know if they'll let you walk through there or if you can walk through there. I haven't been on that ride but the one time. But yeah, the Trunk Murderess newspaper article is on that ride, which is really weird. So this one is operations backstage, major building backstage. Nobody can really go back there except for the people that work, the cast members. Photography is forbidden in these areas, both inside and out, although some photos have found their way to a variety of websites. Guests who attempt to explore backstage are warned and often escorted from the property, and sometimes banned for doing stupid things. So don't do stupid things and you won't get banned. Transportation. So I believe, I don't remember how many trains, it'd probably tell me. I had a long time interest in transportation, the trains in particular. Disney's passion for the Iron Horse led him to building a miniature live stream backyard railroad, the Carrollwood Pacific Railroad, on the grounds of his Holmby Hills estate. Throughout the iterations of Disneyland during the 17 or so years when Disney was convincing it, one element remained constant: a train encircling the park. He had to have a train. The primary designer for the park transportation vehicles was Bob Gurr. A lot of you may have seen Bob Gurr on Instagram. He still goes back to the park. He's been retired for many years. And he will tell, even if you follow him on Instagram, he will tell you little tidbits. The Doom Buggy on Haunted Mansion, he created that. He made that. So he's very proud of it. And now I guess they had him unveil a new little display of the Hitchhiking Ghost inside the Doom Buggy. So Bob Gurr was the person that designed that. I think he also did the one for Autotopia, the cars. So a lot of the ride seats is the gentleman who did that one. Let's see. Encircling Disneyland and providing a grand circle tour is the Disneyland Railroad, a 3-foot narrow gauge short line railroad consisting of 5 oil-fired and steam-powered locomotives, in addition to 3 passenger trains and 1 passenger carrying freight train, originally known as the Disneyland and Santa Fe Railroad. let's see. From 1955 to 74, the Santa Fe Rail Pass was accepted in lieu of the Disneyland D coupon. I know he has one that has said that, who was that guy that I said earlier? Ripley. I know his name was on one of them. I don't know if Lily has one. I do know that just recently they do have a window that has Lillian's name on it.
Aww.
For their wedding anniversary, so that was just added, and that is something that Disney did too. He started doing it to where cast members that have been there for years, they get a window now, and so now they'll do a window with their name on it. If you walk down Main Street USA, to your left there's a blue building, the facade of a blue building that was a construction company his dad did. His dad's name is on that. So anybody that has worked for the company that has passed away or whatnot, no longer works there, they get their name put on a window. When you get on Haunted Mansion for Nightmare Before Christmas, that snake that has that Christmas list, those are all cast members.
Aww.
Every single one of those people on there are cast members. So they started doing that with the cast members as well to honor them for the years. If you go... You're a cast member and you work in the park, and let's say you're on the bobsled. I think you and me were the only ones that did the bobsled. No, Justin did it too. One of my all-time favorite rides too. The very top of that is a basketball court.
Matterhorn, yes.
Yes, the Matterhorn has a basketball court. It used to have an opening for the skyline, but then they closed that off. So there was a skyline, now there's no longer a skyline. Indiana Jones, they've kind of traded that up, but that's another ride that I like. It was fun. My mom didn't like it because it was all bing, bing, bing. It's like, Mom, it's Indiana Jones.
It's bumpy.
It's bumpy. And then the truck that's in, when you're standing in line, that big old truck that's there, that's actually from the movie. I learned that. I was like, oh dang, that's okay, cool. They had, obviously they have the Grand Californian, now the Pixar Pier, the Disneyland Hotel, those are all on site. The cars that they do have the double-decker bus. They have the tramway, which featuring horse-drawn streetcars. They have a fire engine and an automobile. Those are fun to ride. If you ride it, get Steve, because Steve is pretty cool. They have the Dapper Dans. Dapper Dans are fun to listen to. From the 1950s to 68, Los Angeles Airways provided regularly scheduled helicopter passenger service between Disneyland and Los Angeles International Airport and other cities in the area.
Damn.
Yeah, so for, 18 years they were doing that? Service later moved in 1960 to a new heliport north of the Disneyland Hotel. Arriving guests were transported to the Disneyland Hotel via tram. The service ended after 2 fatal crashes in 1968. The crash in Paramount, California on May 22nd, 1968 killed 23 people. The second crash in Compton, California on August 14th, 1968 killed 21 people. Said they had to stop that service altogether. Let's see, on October 27th, 2014, the United States Federal Aviation Administration declared a permit zone of prohibited airspace around both Disneyland and some of surrounding areas of Sleeping Beauty Castle. No aircraft, including recreational or commercial drones, are permitted to fly within this zone. This level is shared also with Walt Disney World. Other pieces of critical infrastructure, military bases, Pantex, and typically temporarily established during large sporting events. And not only that, if they're doing something on site, they don't want it leaking out.
Yeah.
So when you see them doing construction, like there's a lot of things right now that are closed, and unfortunately some of you guys may not be able to get onto, or us, because it'll be closed. But they put up these, and it's a mesh, like you can barely see through it. So they don't want you seeing what's going on.
Or they'll even just put up like a
wall.
Like I think with Tiana's Bayou Adventure, it was like supposed to look like a wall that you might find in like New Orleans.
Yep. So you were not able to look anything past it. The live entertainment. They have musical chairs at the Coca-Cola refreshment corner, accompanied by the ragtime pianist. And then that was with like the Alice in Wonderland characters. Fantasmic is where Mickey is fighting, you know, the villains. So you have Caw, you've got Maleficent, which she caught on fire a few years ago, which was sad. That was not fun. You have Pixar characters, Star Wars characters. They even do, there's a military flag retreat to lower the U.S. flag by a ceremonial detail of the Disneyland security staff. There's a Disneyland band that comes out every so often. There's a Disney Light Candle Processional that is performed in Town Square, which they usually get celebrities to go to that. John and I got to go to one, and we literally stood there for the time, and it was Chris Pratt. He was the one doing it, and I couldn't see nothing. I had to look through people's cell phones to see it. There's different parades. They have Main Street Electrical Parade, which is no longer in, I don't think is in service anymore, if I remember right. They did, for the 50th anniversary, Walt Disney's Parade of Dreams. Paint the Night is my favorite, so I hope you guys get to do that one and you see that one because I love that one. It's really cool.
Is Paint the Night in DCA or?
That is in Disneyland, and they turn off all the lights so you can get the full feel for it. The one in DCA, they used to have a little Pixar parade. I know they have a parade for Oogie Boogie Bash. Starts off with Ichabod Crane and the Headless Horseman, so I'm excited for that part. But they do have the little parade for Oogie Boogie Bash. Let's see. So they announced in the D23 Expo in 2022, announced Magic Happens would return to Disneyland in 2023. So regular fireworks shows from 1958 to 99 to 2015, Fantasy in the Sky. 2000, 2004, Believe. There's Magic in the Stars. I mean, I could probably name every single one of these, but for this one, the Disney 100 and the 70th anniversary is Wondrous Journeys, and it's pretty much a thing on the castle. But because they also have the Halloween happening, there is also one that has Jack Skellington. So you have Jack and you have Zero who flies, and you have Baymax who flies. You have the Fairy Godmother. I mean, there's like a lot of things that they do. Get Your Ears On, which was a limited edition firework. I love that one. It was so fun. We were standing next to a family and a young lady who had a disability, and she was just getting down. It was so cool just to see her just like, you know, clapping to it and trying to sing to it, but she was having a blast, and it was nice to see that. During slower periods, the fireworks are often on weekends. During the busier times, Disney offers additional nights. The park offers fireworks nightly during the busy periods. They do base it off of weather as well. If it's too windy, there's no fireworks.
Because California is a fire hazard.
Yes, it is, big time.
As we saw earlier this year.
So, Disneyland, for attendance in 1980, seen 11.5 million. Okay. It doesn't let me go all the way across.
Drop? Oh, 2017 probably.
It went to 3.67 million because of COVID.
Yeah.
Now, you were talking about years of attendance and things like that. So annual attendance at Disneyland Park in millions. So 2023, there was 17.25 million. Okay, the tickets, you were bringing up tickets.
Somebody had talked about how like they used to be.
They used to be a certain. So in 1981, it was $10.75.
Yeah, I think it
for
was
one day, one park.
Yeah, I think I saw the one. It was like it was like the 60s or something, where it was like $8. But like if you take into effect inflation, it should technically only be 34 right now.
Yeah, it should, but you know, he's the president. I didn't say that aloud. We're gonna keep short. So Disneyland had 6 unscheduled closures, which is weird because Disneyland usually does not close ever.
I think
unless like COVID was one.
Yeah.
So we know that. Florida, on the other hand, they will close because hurricane season, so they have to be careful and be safe.
And even then, they don't close unless they know it's going to hit them.
Yep.
So you'll actually find people will
They're
go.
running through the water in their ponchos and
Yeah,
crap like that.
but people call them out because what if something happens to their family? They have to live there. They have to still stay there. And I mean, I kind of understand that. I mean, because who knows? They might live an hour away from the park, and their home is getting hit by a hurricane, and
they're
they
at
gotta
the park having fun.
they got to still come to work because you want to go get cheaper prices and less people at a park. I mean, I get the wanting to hustle, but like
not to put my family in danger. I'm sorry.
Not to put my family or anyone else's family in danger.
Exactly, because that's just stupid. So Disney, the 6 closures that they had in 1963 following the assassination of JFK as an act of mourning. So they closed on that day, or in 1963. 1970, due to an anti-Vietnam riot instigated by the Youth International Party.
Yeah, that sounds right.
1987, all right, nice. On December 16th, Justin's birthday, due to a winter storm. In 1992, on December 7th, again, due to a winter storm. They did close
For September 11th?
in 2001 after the September 11 attacks. So they did close, which I think a lot of big places closed because they didn't know what was going to happen.
They didn't know if they were going to be hit next.
Yep. And then in 2020, 2021, in response to the COVID pandemic and safety protocols, the park closed on March 14, 2020 and reopened on April 30th, 2021. John and I had the luckiness. I did not care for people sending me. I'm going to throw this out there right now. Do not send me things unless you know for a fact that it happened. Like, yes, we know COVID happened.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world knew, okay? It was closed. I have people sending me on Facebook, sorry, Michelle, it's closed permanently.
Oh, the AI stories? Oh
Yeah, no, this is before the AI stories. Just people were sending me this crap saying that it was closed permanently, and I would come back and be like, read before you send. It's because of the pandemic. It does not mean that it's closed forever.
Permanently.
It just means we have to follow protocol, make sure people are safe. John and I actually got the luxury at that time when it did open back up, a soft opening, right, to go for Touch of Disney. It was fun. There was not really any rides, which that's fine. That just to go and hear the little whistle, the thing, and I was like, oh my God, John, this is so cool just to be able to hear the whistle again and be able to stand in line to go for this event. That was amazing. You had to wear your mask. Of course we did. And we were telling the cast members thank you. And they're like, what are you telling us thank you for? Thank you for coming back. It's like, but if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to come back to that park.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for them to come in, sanitize everything, do this, do that, we wouldn't be able to come back to the park. So I say thank you to every single cast member that does what they do for that park. And one thing I've taught the kids always call them by their name. Look at their name badge. It's like, well, why do you do that? Because it's a sign of respect. They're a person. They're not just a cast member, they're a person.
See, I was always taught it's rude to say their first name, so I always say ma'am or sir. I don't say you. I don't say, or I go the gender neutral way and I go y'all, cause you never know. So I just go, excuse me, y'all. Can you tell me it's gender neutral?
Yeah,
you never know.
It's safe. But can I tell you a little tidbit thing too? Walt never called anybody by their last name.
Oh.
Every cast member was called by their first name. So you never went up to Walt and said Mr. Disney. It was always Mr. Walt or just Walt.
Yeah, see, I was always taught, hey, sir, can I get some assistance, ma'am?
Yeah, any cast member that you come to, it has their name and what city, their town they're from. We met one lady who did mine and John's little Christmas photos when we went one time, and she was from Oklahoma. And I seen it, and I said Boomer, and she said Sooner. I was like, yes, that's freaking awesome. And she works at Disney as a photographer. She's one of the photographers that do it. It was pretty cool to, meet somebody from Oklahoma working there. But that's one thing that he wanted is where you don't call them by their last name, you call them by their first name because they are a person. Additional numerous planned closures in the early years of park often scheduled to be closed on Mondays and Tuesdays during off season. And this was in conjunction with nearby Knott's Berry Farm, which closed on Wednesdays and Thursdays to keep costs down for both parks. On May 4th, 2005 for the 50th anniversary celebration media event. And everybody pretty much knows that every year they record like the Christmas stuff, you know, or the Halloween things. They always do like special things. So you'll see like a big old stage near the hub in front of the castle. So they do a lot of that stuff. Every year in October, Disney has a Halloween promotion. During the promotion, or as Disneyland calls it, a party, areas in the park are decorated in Halloween theme. Space Mountain and Haunted Mansion are temporarily rethemed as part of the promotion. Halloween party is offered on select nights in late September and October for a separate fee, with special fireworks show, and is only shown at the party. So now that has changed
to Oogie Boogie Bash.
So now it's Oogie Boogie Bash
and
for
it
California.
Starts in August.
Yes, it does. And the tickets range between what, 140 to 200?
139 to 199. The closer you get to the actual Halloween date, the more expensive it gets.
Which I think all the dates in October are now done.
Are they?
I think so. So there was still some dates. I haven't checked recently, but the last time I checked, I think almost all of October, if it was not already completed and cleared out, which makes sense. But you're going to pay more for that. And pretty much what that is you go trick-or-treating. There's a trick-or-treat trail. And so everybody knows I'm going to go dressed up as Edna Mode. And John's going to be my handler. So we might go live. Just saying. We might go live for a little bit. So you can see me dressed up as Edna Mode. Because it's happening. Okay?
Okay, so the 17th and the 31st of October sold out.
Oh, you mean for August?
For August.
Oh, well. So they still have how many dates?
For September, the 2nd, the 9th, the 16th, the 18th, the 28th, and the 30th are all sold out.
So the date John and I got was still there.
And then for the 17th, the
only 3 days
October's,
left.
there's the 14th, the 20th, and it's on Tuesdays. I've noticed the Tuesdays are less
What's
likely
left?
to sell out.
Yeah, because they say it's less crowded.
Yeah.
Which will be great. I'm excited for Villains Grove, but like I said, John and I might go live just to give like a thing.
See, I would love to dress up with Justin, but Justin's not a big dress upper. He won't do it. Even if I cry.
They they even have it to where they also have Mickey's Not So Scary Party, which is in Florida. And then they also have Believe in the Holiday Magic Fireworks Show from early November until beginning of January. The park is decorated for the holidays. Seasonal entertainment includes No, you stupid crap. Damn it. Where'd it go? There it is. Includes the Believe in the Holiday Magic Fireworks Show and a Christmas Fantasy Parade. While the Haunted Mansion and It's a Small World are temporarily redecorated in holiday theme, the Sleeping Beauty Castle is now snow-capped and decorated with colorful lights during the holidays. So there are at least 55,000 lights that are on It's a Small World. That's a lot of lights.
That's like Griswold family.
That's that. And then the one for the Haunted Mansion, that's closed right now because they're going to be getting it ready for Nightmare Before Christmas. So, but it goes all the way until January. So that's the lucky
because
thing with
Nightmare
that.
Before Christmas is also a Christmas movie. It's not just a Halloween movie. And anyone who says it's just a Halloween movie and not a Christmas movie can fight me on that.
It's just like saying that Die Hard. It's not a Christmas movie. It's done during Christmas. It's a Christmas movie.
Technically,
Don't you say it's not.
I'm trying to find an argument to say it's not a Christmas
You
movie.
can't, because there are Christmas trees, there are Christmas lights, and there are Christmas.
Is that what makes a Christmas movie?
Yes.
And not talking about Christmas spirit or gaining anything like that?
It's a Christmas movie. Okay? And it'd be nice if Brianna was on here because she would argue the fact too. She's like, it is! So the theme park grossed in 1968 $65 million.
Jeez Louise.
So yeah. Look at that. I kept it under how many? How long? I've been going? 38 minutes. Not bad. So yeah, pretty
And
much.
that's with all my interruptions.
That was. Because I was kind of talking fast too to get through most of this. Because it's a lot of information if you think about it, but not a lot of information. If that makes sense. Kind of. There's a lot and a lot. There's not a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's an axolotl.
No. There's no axolotls. Stop it. There's no axolotls. You dork. 100% with Michelle.
I'm not saying it's not a Christmas movie. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Very dangerous. I like to play a dangerous game, though.
No, what are you doing? Okay.
But yeah, that was a good episode. I learned a lot about Disney.
There's probably more because, as it says, it keeps growing. Oh, that's right. Hold on. Oh no, what I do? Hold on. There's a quote I want to find. I was already looking up stuff for Egg Girl and Both. So I can get ready for that. Because,
Because we're starting, so we're going to do an episode on La Pistolera, next episode, Sharon Kinney. And then after that, I'm starting spooky season off at the end of July because, it's Summerween.
Yes.
We're going to do the Soap Maker of Correggio, which is a case in 1700s. So it is an oldie. And it has a female killer.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Okay.
indeed. It's one of the cooler ones, honestly.
She's not excited.
It's fascinating. La Pistolera also follows a female killer. So,
Let's see.
we're going to have a little trend of female killers for the next 2 episodes.
Which would be nice.
Yeah. Because killing is not just a man's world.
No, it's not.
Women can do it too. Sometimes we do it better.
One thing that people can do if they watch this or rewatch this, put your favorite quote. It doesn't have to be from Walt himself, but like a Disney quote.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite Disney movie quote if you have one? Mine, if it has to be a Disney movie, I'm going to look it up now.
Mine is Tiana's We're Almost There. Just the whole song.
Just the whole song.
The whole song.
Okay, so mine would have to be. Damn it, I do have to look it up because it's a.
But yeah, Justin was telling me that our podcast has ruined his TikTok For You page. Because he got a thing.
Oh shit, does it pop up?
Sorry. No. He was all like, look at what your podcast has done to my For You page. And it showed a teddy bear in a bus stop, and it was all like, teddy bear made out of human skin has been found.
Shit was gross.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't think we've ever talked about skinning.
No.
No, that's a new one.
That's a Hannibal Lecter Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of crap.
Yeah, that's like methodical. Because you gotta tan it, you gotta hide it.
Yeah, you do. That's just a lot of work.
You gotta sew it.
That's just nasty.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Really? I mean, that's a good one. That's a good little song too. And you gotta but now you gotta do the whole entire thing because you just said it. So if I have to say, my favorite quote is from Mulan, the cartoon version. And mine is, the flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all. For Mulan's dad to sit there and say that, even though what she'd done, by doing what she did. I just thought that was like a really pretty quote from a dad to a daughter. Let's see. There was a Walt Disney quote. Sorry. Walt Disney. I should have had this pulled up already. Sorry.
A wee boy.
Let's not go there. We're not doing In the Jungle.
You know what you have to do.
Well, here's the other one. So this is kind of where I'm going to end the discussion of Disney, or Disneyland, I should say. This is one of my favorite quotes by Walt Disney. It will continue to grow as long as there is imagination left in the world. So pretty much Disneyland is not complete as long as there's imagination left in the world. And if you think about it, Walt Disney World is going to, which we will talk about Walt Disney World in October, but they're going through some changes as well. I'm super excited because I got to see the aerial photos of them breaking ground for Villains Land. That's my thing. I want to go. the same between 2029, 2030. They should have it done. I've already told John, it's like, we're not going until 2031 because I want all the kinks and shit done.
Sort out.
I want to have it sorted out and then for it not to be so packed. So yeah, anybody wants to, they can add their quote down below. It could be, again, from a movie. It could be something that Walt has said. I'm hoping that I get to run into Bob Gurr because I think that would be really cool to be able to run into a cast member that was there with Walt, you know, while they worked. He said he's on Instagram if you guys want to go over there and follow him. Bob Gurr, last name Gurr. Like I said, I was gonna put the speech in, but the last thing that we did, it did copyright it on us for the A&M one because it was the Fred and Rose documentary, the clips. You can do clips, but you can only do so much of it before they say copyright. So
And then there is one that we are going to be doing that it's also going to have recordings, but I don't believe those are copyrighted because anyone can pull them up on the internet.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we'll see when we put it on, and if they say anything again, I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't hurt our channel at all, just by the way. So if you're curious, it does not hurt our channel.
Because it's you have to listen to these audios because for this particular killer, he would lock the women up and he would pre-record these audios and play the audios for the women that they were tied up and locked up. So it was a way of him mentally messing with them because they didn't know if he was in the room or not. So you kind of have to listen to it. I will warn you, it's disturbing the way he talks and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But then again, what serial killer isn't a little weird and creepy?
Yeah, that's true.
The only one I haven't found that's super weird and creepy is Ruth. Ruth Judd was not weird and creepy. She was just weird.
She didn't portray both.
Yeah, she was not weird and creepy. She was just weird. She was, yeah.
I should have just worn this myself. My tutu hat. Hey, you know what? There's ears right here. Ears. That's the only thing about this hat. The ears don't stand up very well because of the freaking tutu. But there are ears.
Sorry.
There are ears.
Come on, Tataru.
So yeah. I think this is one of the first hats. No, I have another hat. Another hat was, no, it's my Maleficent hat. It has like the horns and everything.
She got a secondary Goofy hat.
Yeah, that's the one for Christmas. This is my Christmas Goofy hat. And this one you can mess with it and make it tired or not. My Goofy hat. I like this Goofy hat.
We got Christmas ears. Cinderella ears.
I think so. Which I don't ever wear to the park. I'm afraid I'm going to lose them. Those I got in my Walt Life box. I don't like these because they're too itchy for my head. Halloween.
You should wear those to
Oh, I will.
Oogie Boogie.
Walt Life box. No. Disney store before it closed. And then my old boss gave me those.
And I have the Scarlet Witch.
Yes. And Loki. So that's my collection of ears. I don't get into ears. I have to like them first. The holiday ones I like because they're Christmassy.
See, the only ones I really, other than the ones I have that I really wanted to get, was the ones that smelled like baked goods. That's the only one I wanted. It was like a gingerbread one. I think also when we went, they had like a...
Oh, not a gingerbread.
Macaroon.
No! It was a popcorn.
There was popcorn, there was a macaroon, there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so... We go to Walt Disney World. I want to get I want the Ratatouille chef's hat. But that's pretty much it of Disney. I may have probably forgotten things. But, I mean, my experience at Disney has been nothing but great. I don't let anybody else's time ruin my time when I go with John. That is our place.
That's your space, your
That's
time.
our space, our time, and he's the first person to take me when I went when I was 34.
Yeah, Justin was the first person to take me, and then I think on our last day we ran into family problem. I ran into a family issue.
Yeah.
And I went into the park, and the issue didn't exist.
It did not. See, under the Disneyland sign, it doesn't exist no more. You know.
I think it was the last day we were driving away.
Oh.
And I was like,
yeah, and that's the sad part because I want to cry every time we leave. I go from like, woo, we're at Disney to the last day of going, I'm depressed. I don't want to leave. I want to be here instead. Oh, another fun fact. Disneyland has cats.
mm-hmm. You're not allowed to touch them.
To help with mouse control.
Which is really, really important. Because in northern Arizona, somebody died of the plague.
Yes. Yeah. So.
The plague is still around, guys.
Yep.
Also, I learned something today.
What did you learn? Fun fact.
The measles epidemic that is happening right now, because it's still going on, is so bad that we as the United States are almost going to lose our exterminated for, like, usually we have the thing of measles has been exterminated from the United States. We potentially could lose our extermination status for measles.
Oh, shit.
Because it is coming back with such a force that we might lose that status.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, JB.
You missed the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
That's okay. You can go back and watch it.
But yeah, no, I found that out. That's a fun little fact. Measles might make a comeback, a big one.
We're not talking about measles, Jamie. We're talking about Disneyland. It is the 70th anniversary for Disneyland this Thursday.
And I just brought up measles because she brought up the fact that they have cats at Disneyland. They have cats at Disneyland, and you're not allowed to touch them, and it's for mouse control. And I brought up the fact that Northern Arizona had a case of the bubonic plague, and somebody died from it.
Yep.
And then I brought up measles because we might lose our extermination status.
Yep. So, and the cats are cute though. Watching yours from yesterday. Okay. Oh yeah, the short one, the very short. I only did like a 30-minute video yesterday. I even said it was very short. Well, because I didn't have much to do and much to talk about. It was more or less. I just did the new Doorables that they came out with, the Marvel Doorables. It was the Spider-Man, and then I got Thor, Hulk, the editor from the newspaper, and then Goose, the cat from Marvel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was very, very short yesterday, so I apologize that it was very short. And then this one obviously is our regular Monday one.
It felt weird not having my information in front of me.
Yeah, we had to use her tablet to get
to do the comments.
The comments, and then my tablet had the information that I needed.
And then next episode it's gonna flip. I'm gonna have all of the information
on her tablet, and then I need to have my tablet for the comments. But I know that my sister's wanting to do a Disneyland trip. I don't know if she was talking to you and Leroy about it, Jamie, or any more about it. I was kind of going over prices and stuff with her, and I will just throw out prices that just to do a one day for a park for two people is about $350. But if you do a 2-day park hopper,
I think she hears John.
Probably. A 2-day park hopper for two people, it's $830. So his gone up. There are different ways to do a Disneyland trip or a Disney World trip. You can do Getaway Today. I know Disney World has a package deal where you could pay every month until your trip comes up. So that's totally up to however you guys want to do it. Yeah. What? We're pretty much done. Jamie had just jumped on here.
And then turn it.
We aren't going. We can't. Okay. Okay. Yeah. She said she was going to reach out to you guys about doing it. So I was like, I hadn't heard anything from her. So I mean, she's wanting to do it next year, but it's going to be kind of. We may have to tell her the same thing that us trying to move. We may have to wait until.
The year after.
The year after, but I think she's wanting to do it because of the two younger kids. One of them will get in cheaper than the others. So we'll figure it out. It might be one of those where it happens to where maybe one year it is just a sibling trip and we do it that way with no kids. Yeah. We'll figure out something. But
And tune in next week for
Yes.
Sharon Kinney's La Pistolera episode.
Yeah,
Yes.
whatever she said.
and then don't we have with us helping? Oh, so with this house, we're all broke. Yeah, I know how that.
And
is.
folks, this is only half of the show now. I come on and I'm gonna talk
No, you're
about.
we're pretty much done. I'm sorry.
Oh.
We're gonna go because I gotta go start typing up La Pistolera's
Yeah.
episode.
And we need to go eat because we're hungry. But yeah, I see that. Oh, Jamie says hi, John.
Hi, Jamie.
So, yep, come back next week for
Sharon Kinney, La Pistolera.
that one. That whole what she just said there.
And then tune in next week,
The
the
following
following week, for the soap maker of Correggio.
And then I think we're pretty much all booked up all the way up until November.
We are booked
And
up
then
until November. First
After
week
those
of
two
November.
episodes, you'll see the episode. How did Zwerg become a Zwerg?
No.
No.
Hi, John. Bye, John. Laugh out loud. Thomas says. It's like, no. So yeah, come back next week for those. Please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe. Help us get to 50 for the A&M History
She's
podcast.
planning to do post stuff the first week of October, potentially up to the second week of October.
Seriously?
Was that you, Michelle? Seriously?
No, because
Oh, don't try to blame it on me. It was Michelle. Folks.
you want me to do it?
No.
Then stop.
Yes, ma'am.
She's doing it the first week of October, maybe the second week of October, depending on how much information she has on Edgar Allan Poe.
Because there's kind
She
of a...
said she's doing it.
Okay, go. God. This is why you don't sit in sometimes.
Oh, fine. Oh,
Inappropriateness. Tomorrow to show you what my kid... Okay. So what he said about the podcast... Okay, yeah, you have to tell me. I work 8 to 4 tomorrow, too.
8 to 4.
Yeah, we do. Sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes.
Sometimes he's needed for the conversation.
Yes, he is. But we are... Yeah, for the first 2 weeks of October, the first 2 Mondays of October.
We
it's gonna
have
be
it set
posted.
up, but if she doesn't finish, if she does finishes the first week, I have a backup episode
Yeah.
called The Witch Hunters of New York, which is a killer case.
Yes. So we're starting, like you said, we're starting the spooky season. The time that they take their vacation, we are going to pre-record a video, I think that Wednesday before. And
Yes,
I'll
and it's
post
going to
it
be
that
on
way.
Edmund Kemper.
so that way we can get it put on there. And what we'll do is after recording it, I will schedule it to be posted on that day. Probably have it be scheduled at 9 or 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. And then
I thought it was a screen to go with her.
whenever we do our little trip. Okay, good. I'm glad somebody will be excited
So,
for that. That's
yeah.
fun. Well, when we do our trip, then we're going to have to pre-record.
Mm-hmm.
And then in March of next year, because we're going to go back to Wichita and look around, stuff like that, we'll have to pre-record that video. And then if her and Justin go back before we go back, then...
We already
to
talked
record.
about, I have a bunch of Tucson cases.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch, I already have 2 Tucson cases that I know of. That I'm like, for when we move, we can upload 2 videos, pre-recorded videos on cases that happened in Tucson as a farewell to Tucson.
Yep. And then while we're moving and driving, which probably being me and her with the animals, we'll probably go live, but we'll have probably bad reception at times.
Yeah, we'll go
So,
live. We'll have some music. We'll vibe.
and we'll live stream. I mean, she'll do the questions and answer and stuff like that, and I'll be paying attention to the road. But we love you all. Thank you for getting in here. Jamie, it was good to see you for the last few minutes. But we will see you all next Monday. Have a good work week. I will see you, Thomas, and Angela tomorrow.
Yes, you will move with us because we will do snippet videos of us packing up and transferring
Yes,
stuff.
you will move with us. So it'll be a ASMR type thing. Not like we watched Abigail pack her suitcase to go to Disneyland and she packed half their bedroom. So it's going to be a different
I needed to learn how to pack, okay? I very rarely go on vacation.
So we will definitely do a pack with us
Jeez.
video because we're actually going to, I mean, we're probably going to start some of the packing stuff in November, December, just to kind of get it rolling and get it going.
Yeah, we're gonna start early.
Take only what you need to survive. Yes, Spaceballs. Knew exactly what that was from. Spaceballs.
Industrials, hair dryer.
I can't survive without it. So
Pretty
yes.
sure, yeah. No, you'll move with us. You'll catch us packing up at moments and stuff like that.
But
I've already started with all like our knickknacks in the bedroom. I've packed up some knickknacks.
yeah, so we're gonna start that after trips are done and we are good to go and get ready to be moving and packing.
Mm-hmm.
So we will see you guys on Monday. Thank
See
you
you
all for
next
joining
Monday.
us. Love you all. Bye. I would so come help you because you come back when it's close. You can if you want.
If
I
you
mean,
want.
that's what you guys want to do. Go for
It would be cool enough for you guys to come down.
Yeah. If you come right in November, December, we can get a lot probably packed away if you guys come up. If you come in March, it's still a little cool.
It's still cooler.
Cool. Like February, March, you come up, Jamie.
It's not really cool. Good work.
If February,
I said
if you
it's gonna
came
be
like in
cooler.
February, March, it'll be a little cooler to where,
It'll only be in the 80s.
yeah, just only in
Yeah.
the 80s. Just don't come during the summer. You're
Yeah.
gonna leave a skeleton.
Maybe you'll
Love to help us move. They are the pack that can help us drive it back down.
Well, I mean, that'd be up to them.
But all right, yeah, we will see you next Monday.
Yeah, see
For
you
La
next Monday.
Pistolera.
And Thomas and Angela, we will see you. Are you calling me a skeleton? Maybe.
That makes you.
All right, guys. Love you all. See y'all later. Bye. You only see me. We only see
Bye,
you when we love you. Bye, guys. Give it. Hit the X, smart one.